Good evening once again, everybody. Welcome to week. What week are we now? No, we are not in week 5. We are in week 6. We are in week 6 all the way from week 1. And we start a new week today, which is week 6. Wow. Last week, we were able to go through some certain field in Web3. And one of the things we discussed was investing in Web3. I think that was our first class. The topic was investing in Web3, and I headed that particular section where we discussed about things to look out for before you make your first investment, and we also compared Web3 investment to Web2 investment. Also, later during the week, we had Mr. Timile 007. He was able to teach us about crypto trading. Yeah, he taught us what we are to look into before we trade, some advice, and things not to do while trading. So yesterday, last week class wasn't much. I think we only had 2 sections last week, which was the investing class and the trading class. So this week we are starting with a different topic, and our educator for today is somebody you all know before. He will be teaching us about security and regulations. Security and regulations. This particular topic might not make sense to you yet, but I'm pretty sure when it starts, you are going to understand what these terms means: security and regulations. So we already have him among us here, and join me as I welcome Mr. Niftiki, Mr. Holding of Bot, Mr. Koyum. We can have him, sir.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, Mr. Sharp. Can you guys hear me clearly? Loud and clear. Like I'm using AirPods, so I want to make sure you can hear me very well before I switch. You can hear me well, please. What volume? I'm already at my max volume. Okay, I'll just switch from AirPods to my normal speakers then. Oh, now can you guys hear me now? Okay, all right. So, good evening once again. Good evening, Mr. Sharp, and good evening to everyone in the academy. I need not to do another introduction. You've had me here before. I think I taught us DeFi and things about NFTs, and I was also around during the Twitter space. As said by Mr. Sharp, we'll be taking ourselves through security and regulations in blockchain and cryptocurrency world as a whole. So the aim of us taking us through what security and regulations means is only one thing, so that we'll be safe in everything we do, in all interactions with anything, be it smart contract, be a wallet in the cryptocurrency world. So it won't result or having lots of assets, having lots of valuables to defense counts. I am loud enough. Can you please hear me now? I switched from using AirPods to my normal speaker so that I can have much more clarity. Am I logging? Oh,
Can hear you well.
okay, okay. Thank you. So I'll be taking us through uh different points to note when it comes to security on the blockchain. We have been taking through how to create a wallet, how to secure uh um seed phrase in particular so that other people can't have access to it. But then that's not the only way your wallet can be accessed. You can be hacked through your private key too. Private key is more or less like an alphanumeric key similar to your wallet, but it's longer, that gives anyone access to your wallet. So for us to know how security works on the blockchain, there are some things that we need to know, especially how the blockchain works. Blockchain works using cryptography hashing. I'm sure you could have heard of a transaction hash, things like that. So that's the signature that every transaction on the blockchain has. Any interactions, because might not be transactions alone, any interactions with the blockchain, that's what they have. And they do this by solving different things. That depends heavily on the type of blockchain that you are on. And we have consensus mechanisms too. The two major ones are proof of work and proof of stake. It is recently that we're having roll ups like ZK roll ups, zero knowledge. So the major ones has been proof of work and proof of stake. Proof of works are the ones that miners use, and proof of stake are the ones where you stake your blockchain token and they work for the blockchain. So with you securing your private key and your seed phrase, automatically you are kind of, let's say, 60% safe from cyber attacks. When it comes to blockchain world, you are 60% safe. The next thing you have to do is watch the way you interact with smart contracts. If you were on the space, there was a time Bojanki was brought on to talk, and he said he had around 15 different wallets. If you definitely have a main wallet, then he's going to have another wallet that will just serve as testing. So if that wallet is hacked, then he can just dispose it off. So we are all employed to have that kind of wallet too. You have your main wallet that you will never use to interact with any form of contract. You can just keep your assets there, your NFTs, your tokens, your valuables that you know that are stored on the blockchain. You can just keep them there on your main wallet. And then your side wallet will be used to interact with different contracts that you might feel they are shady. That way, you are protected from malicious attacks through the blockchain. I'm coming on, please. So the next thing we need to know about cybersecurity measures, another way to keep yourself from being hacked is by using multi-sig wallets, multi-signatory wallets. If you want to do something on that wallet, then you need to sign it from two different places. If you are interacting with a contract, say for instance now you want to buy an NFT on the blockchain, you sending approving that contract means you are signing it through your public key or your private key. Your private key will be like the one at the back, and the public key will be the one that is easily accessible to the blockchain. So you are signing it, giving them go ahead. So with multi-signature wallets, that transaction that you are meant to have will be signed in two different places. So far, so good. It's only big organizations that use multi-sig wallets, so that way just one person can't override them. You can have as many as 5 people approving different transactions at different places. So that way, if one person is even trying to override what is happening, the other person can make the note to the community, and if they don't sign the transaction, then it is not going through. So having multi-sig wallets too is another way of protecting yourself from the blockchain. Now, there is having said that, there are ways that you can scan the contract. So maybe towards the end of the class, I will maybe talk to Mr. Sharp as to like let him different scanning website out there that you can use to scan a site, scan a contract to know how shit it is. They will give you an approval rating to know if you can go ahead. There are some contracts that are already audited, that they are very safe to use. You can do and undo with those kind of type of contracts. But one thing is, nothing is safe in the crypto world. Maintain restrictions with your main wallet. You don't use them to interact with even the safest of all contracts. I'm sure you could have heard of different bridges that have been hacked from here and there, despite the fact that they are audited. Loopholes were still found, and funds were carted away by top hackers. So if you don't use your main wallet to interact, then you are safe. Now moving on to the regulations. In the crypto world, there is zero regulations apart from the US, which we all know them, that they want to be ahead of everything. So they have regulations there. That's why Binance US is different from every other Binance. So we don't actually have a regulation that is governing the way the blockchain works. We have regulations that is backing centralized exchanges in different jurisdictions, but that one doesn't actually concern us. The one that concerns us most is KYC, know your customer. Top centralized exchanges will require you to verify yourself so that you don't have duplicate accounts, do shady things on their platform. But recently, you've been seeing crypto projects also clamoring for KYC, especially when it comes to project whitelist and things. They want you to do KYC uh, so that they will know that you're not actually trying to overrule them by getting in from multiple ways. When CUD their airdrop, they had to liaise with different centralized exchanges for people to do whatever they want to do through them. So it will limit the way at which different people from different parts of the world exploit them and in turn kill their projects. Because we all know everyone is there to feed their family. So they are all going to just dump and take whatever they want to do. Personally, I don't like the idea of KYC on the blockchain because it is going against the main reason we're having Web3. So you should be anonymous. Only you should know yourself. You're already hidden behind your wallet. So I don't think there's a particular reason for anyone else to clamor for KYC. Now, recently there has been a clamor for tax reporting and capital gains reports too around the crypto world. It is part of the regulations that is developing, but it has not yet reached us here. It is still in the Western world, but with time, it's still definitely going to circulate. So, talking about security and regulations in the crypto world, it's the major thing has been keep your wallet safe from outsiders. Even your family might have access to your wallet and grip you come out. Keep your wallet safe. keep your seed phrase, keep it safe. Your private key, keep it safe. Your public key can be given to anyone, but they can use to monitor your wallet. So you should definitely keep that one safe. And another way to be safe is by using hardware wallets. Hardware wallet is just like a normal soft wallet. But instead of us using our soft wallet to create a wallet and keep our things on the soft wallet, the private key, the public key will all be loaded onto the hard wallet. We have SafePal and Ledger. Ledger is the most popular one because it works with MetaMask. But SafePal, on the other hand, only actually works with the SafePal app. So you having a hardware wallet means if you want to approve a transaction, there is a QR code that will use the ledger to scan to approve that actually you are the one. So you can have that too. Even if your account is being compromised through your ledger wallet, there's a limit at least at which the hack can happen. But either ways, if your seed phrase on your hardware wallet is being leaked, you can still be hacked. So that's another way to secure yourself to some extent. To some extent. So it is to talk about security and regulation is actually very, very brief. Very, very brief. Regulations aspects, we don't actually have a regulation into the crypto world. Uh, Other than the regulations that are backing centralized exchanges. The only one I can see have effect is the clamp down on Bitcoin miners around the world because they want them to reduce their energy usage so that they dump fossil fuel usage for green energy. So I think China kind of like sent a lot of Bitcoin miners packing from their country because of their high energy usage to mine Bitcoin. So that has been the only one that had the global effect on the crypto market. That has been the only regulation. Other than that, there is no regulation out there. You can wake up to the deploy a contract and start misbehaving as you want. No one cares. And we go after you unless you do something shady to the extent that the world is calling for your head. And when you're having an human witness against you, the law will definitely swing into action and take you to wherever they want to take you to. So that should be it about security and regulations on a blockchain. Remember, have a main wallet, have a side wallet. That way you will be safe in most cases. Another way you can be hacked is through malicious apps. If you have trust wallet on your phone and maybe while you are going through a site, you were told to download the app, blah blah blah, you have it installed and it is malicious, infected your phone with a bug, then they might have access to your trust wallet that day, especially if it has permission that has to do with screen reading. So when you access your trust wallet app, they might get your private key through that one and you will be hacked. Same thing is applicable for Windows. Recently there's been testnet going around there and they will tell you to download their wallets from GitHub. You just load it up to your system where MetaMask is and they might have access to your wallet and you'll be hacked. Another way you can be hacked is through copy and paste. Copy and paste. You must be very, very careful. Take for instance now you want to deposit your fund from you want to withdraw or deposit from Binance. Then the address you are meant to have, deposit address from Binance, you copy it and you paste it to your trust wallet without actually cross checking like 2 or 3 times. It might be switched. If you have a malicious app on your phone, it might be switched and then you just see that your funds have gone for vanishing. All these things are kind of technical, but if you are extremely careful enough, you don't go around different sites that has to do with crypto, connect your wallet up and down, and you don't download anything that tells you things about crypto unnecessarily, you will be safe. You will be safe. And ensure the way I make sure I'm safe is I don't normally import my main wallet on my phone or on my system. I don't, unless I need them for something, and immediately I'm done, I remove it again. So that way, even if I down something malicious, carry anything within my side wallet, now no. So that way, you will be safe too. The way we protect ourselves is a personal decision. We are flexible in different ways. Do what's best for you, but always ensure your wallet is safe, your private key is safe, your seed phrase is safe, and you don't interact with all kind of contracts on in any chain, then be rest assured you won't be hacked. I think I've done justification to the security and regulations in the crypto world. I might not have covered it all. If you have questions, feel free to ask. I will do justice to every one of them. Mr. Sharp, over to you now.
Okay, thank you
I'm
very much.
removing this question. You can never guess a seed phrase. You can't guess it. The least, the least of seed phrase is 12. The least is 12. Even if they give you the first 10 digits, you will still have problem. Even the 11, the first 11, you will still have problem trying to pinpoint the last one. You can never guess it. You can get it because there has been talks about getting access to your wallet through your address, because it is a hash stuff. They use an SSH encryption to get your address, but it will take the best of the supercomputers in the world to guess at least two of your secret phrase. So it is not possible. Never ever can it be guessed. There are some trivias out there. I think Mr. Sharp did one sometime around that time that is just coming up. He gave hints, and through that hint, you might be able to have access to that wallet. But that's only if he gave you hints. Without hints, you can never guess. Forget about it. You can never guess a secret phrase. You might then you might maybe feel you got into a wallet, but by the time you check the address, you see that it's extremely different from the one you're trying to get access to. So you can't guess it. It is impossible. AH Ruli. Then how are they hacking it? Remember I said don't connect your wallet to anything that you are not trusted, that you don't know about. If you want to use a bridge and you've not used that kind of bridge before, you have your side wallet, send maybe $5 there, try to bridge it. If it works, then you are good. What I do, if there is a website I don't have access to, or I don't know before, or I heard the name, what I normally do is I search the name. I don't use Google, because Google, the first 2 or 3 suggestions will take you to a phishing site. So I use DuckDuckGo. Then I search the name. I'm sure Twitter page will come up. Then from the official Twitter page, that's where I'll pick the website to what I actually need. Except if I have friends around, I can trust that, oh, what's the name of this site? Can you please remember me? Remind me. Other than that, I will rather go through that route. I'll use DuckDuckGo. I don't use Google when it comes to anything that has to do with crypto. So I use DuckDuckGo. Then from there, Twitter, then to whatever I want to go. I mentioned Binance US and Binance normal. The difference between Binance US and the normal Binance is US Binance is being regulated back to back. It is extremely regulated. You cannot just misbehave using the app. If you do rubbish, then you see the FBI knocking your door the next day. You can't deposit there anyhow. You can't withdraw. Your deposit is being taxed. Last time I heard it is 40%. So if you make $1,000 on the Binance app, I'm extremely sorry. You are dashing the US government for 400 out of it. So that's why it is extremely different from our own. Our own is not taxed. apart from the little two fees that they take from us when we do minor swaps. That's the only difference. But the US version, it is being taxed on everything that you do and it is being monitored. Centralized or decentralized, which one is good for our main wallet? Run for many things centralized. Ensure you keep your main assets on your decentralized wallet. If you are here, maybe around this time last year, you could have heard the story about FTX, how these people rubbish. It was even part of the reasons we are still in a very, very shitty market. That's part of the reason, because the funds that were siphoned then was extremely huge. People that had funds on FTX were unable to remove their funds. But if you have your money in your wallet, no one have access to it unless you misbehave and maybe you are hacked. Always run for everything centralized. No trust them. Run from them. In as much as Binance is safe, a regulation might come here tomorrow and will cripple them and will maybe give you problems when you have to withdraw your money. But with your own wallet, you can send out anyway anytime you like. You can withdraw anytime you like. I think I've made justice to that one too. Then when it comes to regulations, there are some tokens that are being regulated, especially USDT, USDC. They are extremely regulated. USDT is regulated in the US, and USDC I think is around that place too. Being regulated means what they print, because a USDT is representing a dollar and it is being backed by the US dollar. So anything that they mint, the amount of USDT that they mint must tally with the amount of reserve they have. If it doesn't, then you see USDT floating and a lot of artwork will be wrecked through that way. So there are tokens that are being regulated by different governments, especially USDT and USDC. I think DAI too, DAI is being regulated too. If an account in a wallet is hacked by connecting to a malicious website, does that mean all accounts under that wallet are compromised? No and yes. Yes and no. Here is the reason. The reason why I said yes is because there are some instances, you being a newbie, if you want to create a new wallet, you won't actually generate a new seed phrase for it. Take for instance on MetaMask, especially on PC. If you need a new wallet and you just choose create a new wallet, it's going to create a new wallet under the previous seed phrase that you are using before. So peradventure, BUSD is backed by Binance, but not owned by Binance. There is a difference. It is backed by Binance, but not owned by Binance. It's entirely different company that is issuing BUSD. It is a different. So as I was saying, in that case, since all the accounts that you have is linked to that one seed phrase, then all of them are gone. But if they all have a different seed phrase, take for instance now on SafeParrot or on Trust Wallet, you have different wallets there, and you only linked one to that website. Only that one that you linked is affected. The rest are actually safe. So I think I've answered that question. Can we convert our coin to fiat on decentralized exchange and we don't bank? No. It can go through peer-to-peer. You can actually look for someone that you trust that you can send in your tokens and we give you the fiat version of it. There's no way yet that you can convert through decentralized wallets yet. There should be fintech app that are trying to do something related to that, but all of them have failed so far. So only a centralized exchange that has P2P that offers down as of now. I think that should be the end of all the questions. Am I free now, Mr. Sharp? With the 40 pages. Now, so US they do now. You make money for the government. Anyways, am I free now? Mr. Sharp.
Okay,
Allow other
let's.
questions, they can come up.
Yeah, because we actually haven't asked them to ask questions. I'm quite sure some people will still have more questions. So please, you can ask your questions now. They're just going to wait for 5 minutes, then 6:40. If there are no questions, okay, 3 minutes left. So 6:40. Please ask your questions now so we can attend to it. Okay, it's time already. Um, Odin.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. I'm actually going to the question. UBX, can having your wallet account on different devices cause any stress or a lockdown of your wallet? Actually, it is not advisable to have your wallet accounts on different devices. Only have them on where you need them the most. You don't have any reasons to have your wallet on your phones. Say you have, for instance, you have two phones, you have a system, then having your main wallet on all devices at all times. Side wallet is fine. You can have them as on as many accounts, as many devices as possible. But your main wallet should only be on one place, so that even if you are hacked, which is extremely rare, you know where it came from. So it has threats, because there are some things that you do on your system that you won't do on your phone. There are some things that you do on your phone that you won't do on your system, and neither of the two can wipe your account. So it is just best to have it in only one place. Your main wallet in particular in only one place. Is it possible to hack all connected accounts at a go? All connected accounts in what, I don't really I understand what you meant by all connected accounts. If you mean all imported accounts, no. No. On MetaMask, on system, if you want to actually connect to a website, it's going to allow you to choose the one you want to connect, not the others. So you're actually going to tick the exact one you wanted to connect to that website. And if you're hacked through that website, only that wallet will be hacked. Peradventure, if that wallet is being linked to the seed phrase of the first one, then I'm sorry, they can hack the remaining ones through that one private key that they have access to. It will take them time, but We are already in a world where anything is almost possible. So ensure you don't have too many wallets imported into your wallet app at all times. You can have different wallet apps. There are trusted ones, SafePal, BitKeep, Token Pockets, Trust Wallets. You can have as many as all those apps that you trust, and different wallets will be on each of them. But it's not advisable that much to have different wallets on at on one device at a go. Private keys and passphrases, are they linked together in some way? Actually, they are the same. They are the same, but the difference is the way they are being used. Your private key can leak your secret phrase, and your secret phrase, which is your passphrase, will definitely leak your private key. You can't possibly write down your private key and be using it to import your wallet in different places, but you can write down your seed phrase, your passphrase. You can write it down. Private key is like the entire signature that the wallet needs to approve a transaction. But to have access to that wallet and the private key is what the passphrase do. So it automatically, if you have your private key imported into a wallet, your wallet address is already there. Then your secret phrase is there. Remember, I said private key is an SSH encryption. So by having your secret phrase, it automatically tells the wallet protocol what the hashing will be. So they are linked. Do not joke with both of them, especially your private key. No joke with both of them at all. At all. In some cases, if you are using a terminal like Truffle now, you want to play something, Truffle won't ask you for your private for your passphrase, your seed phrase. It will ask you for your private key. That's exactly what it needs to do anything it wants to do on the blockchain. But ensure both of them are not leaked at any time. Any time. Are there anything like fake airdrop tags? I mean, we can just do any airdrop you see. Yes, there are fake airdrop tags out there. In this world, after money, after good, the next valuable thing is information. And people are selling them at huge rates. Not all airdrops will pay. And you can never know the one that won't pay at the same time. But then there are ways you can filter out real airdrops. Take for instance, any airdrop you see Mr. Sharp post, it is not fake. Always ensure you do it. There are top influencers on crypto Twitter too. And if you are part of some groups, trusted groups on WhatsApp, it can actually ensure you only do the real ones. But no one knows the airdrop that will pay. No one knows the airdrop that will pay. But there are things that you see from an airdrop tax that will make you know that this thing is just practically a waste of time. Just ensure you follow people that know way. Mr. Sharp is already there to guide us. So anything that he does, just you can follow blindly. Know that you are always in safe hands. So they are fake airdrop type. What is proof of stake and proof of work? Please expatiate. It is extremely deep, very very deep. That's literally telling me to explain to you how the blockchain works. Take for instance now, let me just explain to you in a layman word. Proof of stake is take all of us, let's say all of us here now, we own the blockchain. Yeah, we all own a blockchain. Then we all contribute different amounts to a blockchain pool. So anything that the blockchain needs, it takes from there. It takes anything that it needs from there. And in return, all the gas that other people are paying, it puts it there too. So we already earn from our stake. And at the same time, we are helping the blockchain to ensure that anything that it needs at any time is being catered for. That's the proof of stake. Proof of work, you must be working. All of us here now, we own the blockchain. Then a transaction is sent to us. Then we guys find the solution to it like almost immediately by working. It's blockchain works through solving mathematical problems. Then we can solve the problem that comes with it. Then submit to the blockchain. Blockchain approves it. And in return, the gas that is being paid by the person that actually owns the action is being sent to anyone that actually solve the problem. we can't solve it cumulatively. Only one person will solve it through their machines, their computers. They solve it and they collect the gas. But proof of stake, on the other hand, anything that is made from the gas is deposited into the pool and it is being shared according to how much you stake there. If you own 1%, then you earn 1% of the gas fee. If you own 2%, you earn 2% of the gas fee. That's the difference between POW and POS. Actually, POW is the one everyone literally use because it's faster, it's safer, and who knows, it is more profitable. But proof of stake, on the other hand, is not actually that fast, and it's not actually on that safe level yet. And lastly, we have zero knowledge ones too that are extremely cheap. So for those ones, you guys need to understand developer terms before you actually know fully how it works. Can you give example of malicious apps? Hey, how will I give example of malicious apps? If I give you example, you can actually take them out and install them, then you can get asked. You don't actually need anyone to tell you an app is malicious. In crypto, don't do over sabi. If you feel you know too much, then you'll be burnt. If you feel I can't do anything on my own, then you'll be burnt too. If you want to do anything, you have people around you to guide you. Take for instance this academy now. There's nothing you ask than an answer will be preferred to by professionals or experienced people here. If you want, there are literally less apps that actually you need to install. Most of crypto interactions all happens with decentralized apps on websites. So you hardly need apps. The only apps you might need are wallets. And we have enough wallets that you need that are available that you can use to connect your wallets. MetaMask, Trust Wallet, Token Pocket, Bitkeep, SafePath, all these are known wallets that are so far so good. Zero issues have come out with them. Just ensure you ask. If you don't ask and you go search Trust Wallet on Play Store, then give you one app, Wallet Trust, and you install it and you put your seed phrase, how's the law? It's gone. Just ask. If you ask, you and then you will put through as to what you can do and how to use it. Any other questions? I don't think there is any other questions here. Actually, the more tech you get, the more frustrated you get. So just keep to being simple. You have extreme headache if you get techie. Just stick to the basics and you'll be fine. All of us are here to make money. And if you feel going techie, you solve your problem of feeding people in your village, then that's a route that you might feel you want to explore. It's all good. More devs are needed to solve more problems. So I think I've answered all the questions. That's it. That's it. Thank you very much for having me today. It's nice being here. And thanks to Mr. Sharp for giving me the opportunity to share part of my knowledge. Thank you very much. Bye for now.
Okay. Thank you, Ojin. Thank you for honoring our request to be one of the Sharp Academy facilitators or educators. I'm very grateful for what you have done for us. So I'm going to be dropping the attendance form in a bit. Should have made that earlier, but I'm multitasking a lot. I'm also aware a lot of people have DM'd me, but I'm here to reply them. It's not my fault. No vex. Okay, EBX, you're the one that. Oh, that reminds me. Okay. I'm going to check your pictures, your designs. So I'm going to send the form in few minutes. Just give me a minute. Yeah, Emmanuel, the class was recorded, so you are going to get it. Nobody asked about a newsletter. No newsletter was sent out during the weekend. Only 29 people registered. I mean, filled the attendance form. So we still have like 10 people here to fill the form. Please do so. I'll be closing the form at exactly 6:57. At exactly 6:57. Also, I'm going to resend the timetable for the academy to the group, because anytime there's no session, people do come in and ask if there's going to be a class today or not. Whereas we already have a timetable in the group, so I'll send it again. Okay, 6:57, and I'm closing the form now. So today I'll be giving the last person to fill the form $5. The last person, and that's, oh wow, Kafi. Wow, he or she. It's he or she. He or she
And
wants.
me, at last, I don't talk you away. At
Oh wow.
last, at last.
Just send me your wallet address, so I will send it after the end of the class. So I believe everybody can see the timetable now. There won't be a class tomorrow, so it's on Wednesday we'll be having our next class. Although it's possible I'll be around for discussion tomorrow, where we can just casually talk about things, anything, not only crypto related. The last time we talked about a lot of things where some people were making jest of me because I got what's it called? What is your police people? What they did to me that time. So it's okay. We can come again tomorrow. I won't be the only one talking tomorrow. Everybody present will be talking tomorrow during the discussion too. So yeah, I think that's all for today. I think that's all for today. So see you guys officially
Boss,
on.
boss, any update on Twitter?
What's that?
On that Twitter, any update?
Which one?
Is there any like any airdrop? If there's airdrop for anybody, Joy, let me know. My groceries are finished. Oh. Groceries are finished. Joe.
What do you
I don't want
mean?
to spend
What?
your long.
I don't understand. Mr. Ike, you were saying something before. Oh, okay. I understand. I know what you're asking about. The Actually, nobody has gotten the perfect comment yet. 'Cause it seems people don't understand what I asked them to do, and I'm not going to explain. Although it's not related to the academy alone. I'm addressing the whole crypto community on Twitter at large. So nobody has gotten what I wanted yet. But you can go and read this thing again, the thread again. Try to understand what I requested for. So it's as simple as that. And yes, see you guys on Wednesday. Have a nice night. UBX, Navas, Obels, Elizabeth. Is Elizabeth here? Yes, she is. Harmony, Juliet, Overthinker, Feromi. Have a nice night, everybody. Nelson is not here. Good night.
Sorry.
Elizabeth, what nickname? Okay, yeah, who's that?
I want to just ask first about there's a speaker that came in one day that talk about I think cybersecurity. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's a free course on Udemy. So I don't know, can I drop it on the group for people to register
Yeah,
also?
of
It's a
course.
free course
Yeah,
on
yeah.
Udemy.
You can. It was Mr. Salako that talked about that. You can drop it in the group.
Yeah, Sasalako.
You can drop it in the group. And yes, I just remembered. I promised that we are going to have a practical tomorrow where we will go in and interact on ZK Sync Network. So tomorrow, I'll be available tomorrow. We are going to interact on ZK Sync Network again tomorrow. I said on Thursday, see, I'm very, very sorry. I'm doing a lot of things together. My PA is not available, so most of the things I'm doing now, I'm doing it alone. So I'm very, very sorry. So on Thursday, no problem. On Thursday. Okay. No more questions, right? Is there anything I'm forgetting? No. You want to be my PA? No. How will my boss be my PA? It's not possible. Good night, everybody.